Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Now, in my last broadcast, somebody came on and asked if I was going to play Alan Wake 2 today. And I want to play Alan Wake 2 because Alan Wake 1 was so great, and I have been highly anticipating Alan Wake 2. But the thing is that they changed the release date. The original release date was today for Alan Wake 2. The original release date for Alan Wake 2 was today, October 17th, but they pushed it out a week or so. I believe it's going to be the 24th of this month is the new release date for Alan Wake 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it and get it loaded up and get it ready to go so that when it is released, we can immediately play it. But for the time being, it's not available, so I sadly can't play it. We're back to Starfield. We've still got much more on the Ryujin quest line to plow through, not to mention all of the other side quests and settlement building that there is left to do in the game. We are nowhere near to being done just yet, and so let's power forward. Good to see everybody on YouTube today. Ant444, Slati Bartfast, Quintaius, Sarah, Alt Grendel, Tony J, DJ Ware, Altair the Haze, Mr. Virus, Coach24, Random Fandom, Ranger Conquest, Jersey, Toby Noble, John Main. Everybody, so good to see all of you. Now, I have been working all day after the broadcast yesterday trying to fix my ECS Constant glitch. And it is a glitch. It's an established glitch that many other players across all the consoles have been experiencing for the past month. If you choose to give the grav drive to the ECS Constant, there is a chance that when the ship jumps away, you're no longer able to find it because the quest doesn't update correctly. Now, there are a number of ways to go about fixing this, and I'm going to be talking about this when I do my lore video on the ECS Constant. But from what I've gathered, it's a bit of a random chance. Every time the ECS Constant jumps, there's maybe a 30% chance for the quest to glitch, for the ship to disappear from the game, and for the quest marker to go back into the orbit of Porama 2. If that happens, your quest is glitched, and there's nothing you can do short of console commands, which of course means that players on consoles are up a certain creek without a certain paddle. There's nothing they can do. But there's one thing you can do to avoid this happening. You can complete the quest by giving the grav drive to the ECS Constant and then saving. Then go and wait a day. Look at the map, see where the ship is. Wait a day, go back to the map, see where the ship is. Do that over and over and over again until the ship jumps. When it jumps, if it goes to Porama 2, you know you've got a glitched game. You need to reload your last save. If it jumps to another solar system, you did it. So you can go to the ECS Constant, you can turn in any quests, then do another quick save. Well, make sure that you leave the ship, then do another quick save, go to sleep, and wait another day. If you do that every single day, then you can always reload your last save if the Constant jumps into a glitch to avoid it getting ruined. But of course, that's unsustainable. At some point, you're going to want to continue on with your game without saving every day, which is just a bit unreasonable. So it needs to be fixed. It absolutely needs to be fixed. But there is a way on the PC to kind of fix this quest temporarily if you've already gotten it to the point where the ECS Constant disappeared from the game. Now, even if you fix it, you're still going to find yourself in a position where the quest will still glitch itself out 30% of the time every time the ECS Constant jumps, but at least there's a way to fix it, from what I've gathered. And so we're going to attempt to do that today with console commands, which means I'm going to lose my ability to earn achievements, but I've never cared about achievements anyway, so we're going to go ahead and try it. DK Renegade with the first super tip. Thank you very much, DK Renegade. Okay. Asmo says, does anyone know where Janet goes if you help her leave the Constant? She says she will go to New Atlantis, but I never saw her again. Yes, it's a random encounter, and I actually was lucky enough to get it to trigger in my vanilla game. She just stops you one day while you're running around Atlantis and says hi. And she gives you a letter to give back to her sister, who's teaching aboard the Constant. I only got it to trigger once. I've been working on my ECS Constant lore video all day yesterday, and I have probably spent hours waiting in New Atlantis, taking trams, going to different districts, fast traveling away, taking the ship, and landing again, and then going back into the same spot where I found her previously, and she doesn't show up again. And I've had a very difficult time trying to get her to spawn. So, from everything I've gathered, it's rare to find Janet again, but she does stop you. That one dude, Mark II, a member for 25 months, and with the first super chat says, ah yes, I have returned. Hello, Ox. Hope you have been good. Cheers. Thank you very much. That one dude, Mark II, it's good to have you back. Jeff Day says, I can't believe I've been a member for 14 months. I know it goes by very fast, doesn't it? It goes by very fast. Right. I'm going to try and load the appropriate save because yesterday, while trying to figure out this constant thing, I created so many different save files. Okay, it's not my quick save. It's not that hard save. That's on the ECS Constant. It can't be that, so it's got to be this one on Voli Alpha? I think that's the one. Altair the Haze says, she interrupted me while I ran away from the hunter, lol. Oh, what the timing. Oh, wow, I would have loved to have seen that. That's crazy. Oh, Altair the Haze. Oh, my face camera. Sorry. Ah, but we logged out right in front of Frankie's Grab and Go. Jamin Cohen says, there are a few mods that enable achievements if you use mods or console command settings. Try a BACA achievement enabler. Okay, thank you, Jamin Cohen. I may consider that. Jersey says, something about time, arrows, and flies. Banana. Time flies when you're shooting arrows at bananas? Maybe that's the phrase. Okay, we'll come back and do Frankie's Grab and Go after I try to fix this ECS Constant glitch. To do that, we have to use console commands. So let's open up the console. Warning, use of certain console commands will disable achievements. Yes, Bethesda, I understand, but I've got to fix your glitch. And sadly, that means I'm going to have to use achievements. So, what we need to do is we need to use the COC command to teleport ourselves to the constant interior cell. The ship still exists in the game files, it just hasn't been placed anywhere on the game map, so we can't access it short of console commands. So we're going to go COC settle ECS Constant. INT, short for Interior 01. Oh, come on. There we go. It's because the pop-up was in the way. And here we are. Now, we're not done yet, because right now, none of the crew will interact with us. They don't move, and they're actually kind of glitched. So what we have to do now is quick save, and then reload our quick save. I hope this works. There we go. Now they're all moving correctly, and they'll talk.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Great, so we're aboard the Constant. Let's start by turning in the quests that we've been unable to turn in for like 25 different broadcasts.
I'm worried about
Such a long time to survive on only the foods that can be grown here.
Let's start by going to the residence level.
Being a picky eater was...
And his name was Art, wasn't it?
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
Abe.
Again, I really appreciate your help finding our crew's family out there.
I've returned with news about Cameron Clatcher for your crewmate.
Great! What's the word?
I found them, but unfortunately it sounds like they don't want to meet their family.
Too bad. But we knew this could happen. Thank you for doing this for us. Let me know if you're willing to do it again.
Matt D says, where are you on the map now? I think it'll probably say Porama 2. Yeah. But the ship doesn't actually appear in orbit. Oh, wait, there it is. There it is, Porama 2. So yeah, we're still in orbit around Porama 2. So when the glitch happens, when the grav drive glitch happens, the ship attempts to fast travel to Porama 2. But it disappears and you can't actually go there. Now, we need to go to the school teacher.
Just stay out of trouble.
Was she on the top floor? God, this ship just... She wasn't on the top floor, was she?
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
This ship just drives me crazy.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Classroom. Give the classroom.
Hey!
Yeah, classroom.
Hey, Miss Julia? Can we watch that movie with the superheroes in it again?
We'll see. We have a lot of movies to get through, but maybe during our next group choice time. If you
I
can
bet
convince
you've been
the
on
other children.
lots of cool space adventures. Just
Really?
like in the old movies. Yeah.
Whoa.
I wonder how many
everyone.
other planets
Miss
are out
Julia
there
said
that
we
we
can
can
watch
live
it
on.
again.
Whoa.
I bet
And
there's a
then maybe
million.
we can watch one of the sequels some other time.
Captain Brackenridge says the future is bright, but I think the constant
I'm so
was pretty
excited
bright
I can
too.
plot.
So I
We'll
don't
just
really know
sit
if
here
Mr. Abe
until
says
they all
sometimes.
finish
He's
talking. They're having a
Yup,
great time.
He sure is. Anyway, I think you still have some more school work to do.
Oh. All right.
Mr.
I was
Master
just
Chief.
thinking of all the knowledge we can share between us and the other Earth survivors.
Mr. Master Chief says, time to say goodbye to achievements. All
I heard
thanks
we're
to
going
the
to explore space more
doggone
until we
glitch.
find a new home. But
I was
thought we
looking
already
forward to
found a new
settling
home.
down, maybe having a family. Soon enough, I suppose.
I have a letter for you from Janet.
Oh my gosh, really? I didn't know if I'd ever hear from her again. Well, let's see what she has to say. Oh, that's wonderful! I'm so happy for her. I'll have to find a way to go see her sometime. Thank you so much for coming all this way to deliver it.
So how about that letter from Janet?
Thank you so much for bringing that to me. I can't say it enough. It was wonderful hearing from her again.
How are you doing since she left?
Well, I was worried about her. None of us have ever left our people before for obvious reasons. But hearing that she's safe and happy makes me glad for her.
Any plans to visit?
While I still can't leave, I'm hopeful she'll come visit me. I'm sure we'll continue to send messages back and forth so we can stay in touch.
Do you think she was right to leave?
Knowing how miserable she was with our situation, yes. Some part of me wishes she toughed it out and got used to it, but I know that never would have worked. This was the right decision for her, and I'm glad you were able to help her.
Yeah, her voice does not match her face. Would you also leave if given the chance?
No, I'm happy here. I still feel a sense of duty towards the other colonists, or whatever we're considered nowadays.
That's enough about Janet. I have other questions. I heard all you do is hang out with kids and watch movies. Is that so?
You must have been speaking with my sister. There's more to it than that. Officially, I'm assigned to the role of chief historian. Generations ago, it used to be lawkeeper of humanity, but that seemed a bit too lofty. While I don't think my job is as important as captain, engineering officer, or cultivation manager, it's still vital to our mission.
Okay.
Another time, then?
We have turned in all of our quests here
But
aboard the
don't tell my mom.
ECS Constant. Chad is saying that there's an Earth location book aboard the ship. I believe I found it. Oh. Oh, this is new. Essentials of Modern Macroeconomics. What? I've never seen... What? This 22nd century economics textbook talks about the then modern international economic centers. A great deal of time is spent covering several Chinese cities, Shanghai being first among them, but New York, London, and Long Beach all get coverage too. The textbook is an interesting time capsule of what life was like on Earth before the advent of the grav drive, which changed everything. Visit the Shanghai landmark on Earth. We haven't done that before, have we? Have we been to Shanghai? I don't think we have. But this isn't the only location we got. There was a book in the
Julia,
archives
I'm glad
you're not
I have
as
a
well.
question, but that would have been so cool.
What is it?
If there were animals on Earth, why aren't there any
A
animals
Mal's
here?
journal. A collection of journal entries from Amala Mishra, a young first-generation teenager who lived on board the ECS Constant in the years shortly after it first launched in 2140. March 2nd, 2141. This ship is super boring. I thought space would be fun, but it's not. Most of the other kids on board are younger than me. My school lessons are kind of stupid because the teacher, Mr. DaCosta, focuses on the younger kids and forgets about me and the older kids. I really miss my friends from back home. I wonder if everything's okay on Earth? June 16th, 2141. I've been hanging out with Ezra a lot lately. There aren't many other people my age on board, and Pierre is already interested in Janica, so I figured maybe it would be a good idea to get to know him. Turns out we have some things in common. We both like retro movies and games. He introduced me to some music I hadn't heard before, like Sasha and the Lowdown Thieves. It got me thinking, though, we'll never hear anything new from bands we like. Ever. Maybe we should start a band? We'd have to learn how to play music, of course. I'll have to see what Ezra thinks. November 11th, 2141. Mom says everyone gets assigned a job here on the Constant. She also said that if I don't start doing my homework instead of practicing music, she's going to recommend me to trash and toilet cleaning duty. She's just mad because they put her in hydroponics instead of medical because we have too many doctors on board. April 24th, 2142. Dad had a little freak out. He says he feels like the walls are closing in on him. He got mad and tried to open the airlock, so they had to put him in the brig overnight until he calmed down. I think a lot of people feel the same way because this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Mom says things will be better for future generations because they won't know any different. But for those of us who remember the outdoors, it's going to be a hard life. Tell me why they thought this was a good idea again? The last entry is from much later in Amala's life. August 9th, 2199. Ezra passed in his sleep last night, peacefully. Leela, Gideon, their spouses and little ones, and myself will be holding a small memorial service in the atrium with all our friends before he's cremated and put into the mausoleum. It was only a month ago when I asked him if he had any regrets in life, and he told me that no, spending it with me was all he dreamed it could be and more, wherever we were. While I still wish we had not been trapped on the Constant, I can think of no better person to have spent my life with. I'm thankful for his love and companionship all these years, and will miss him dearly. Right.
Well, there wasn't enough room on board when our ancestors left Earth. We only had room for people.
What about the new planet? Will there be
You're
animals
less
there?
weird than I thought you would
Maybe.
be.
We don't know yet for sure. But if there
My mom and
are,
dad were scared when you came on board.
Oh, just stop talking! God! Ugh! Right.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of...
Oh my god. Everybody's so chatty. Alright, I'm gonna go to the captain real quick. Now, command bay.
we only have
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting.
I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
God.
This ship.
Alright, where's the captain? There she is.
You did the right thing. My crew may not realize it now, but we will be much happier with a home of our
How many
own.
meals does that guy eat?
Until next time.
So the frustrating thing, and something that I'm having to come to terms with, is that they never actually settle down. At least I don't think they do. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been, 25 episodes since we last saw the people on the ECS Constant. When I tried this yesterday, I waited weeks and weeks of in-world time, and they jumped from star system to star system to star system, and I was able to follow them using that trick I told you about quick saving and reloading in case it glitches out, and they never settled down. What's interesting, though, is that the icon changed. It changed from being a ship icon on the map to being a settlement icon. But they never actually settled down. So, I'm working on the lore video, and I don't want to get anything wrong. I haven't been able to find anything about anybody finding them settled down outside of Paradiso at all. So, let me know if they actually did start a colony in your game. Because if not, I'm gonna guess that they actually never settled down. And if that's the case, this is such a bummer way to resolve the quest. They're stuck in space again, but forever. Yikes. Now,
Deserves what?
we gotta get out of here. Remember, we used console commands to get aboard the ship, which means our ship is no longer docked to the Constant. We can't fly away. Thankfully, we can use the same trick to get out of here. We need to teleport ourselves to an interior cell that we're familiar with, and that is next to a ship technician, so that we can access our ships. So obviously Atlantis is the place to go. So we're gonna go to COC space city New Atlantis Lodge INT for interior.
I do not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
Okay, we're back at the lodge, which means we can go get our ship. For those of you saying that I can always just leave the game and re-enter the game to re-enable achievements, it doesn't work that way. Once you use achievements in your game save, they disable achievements permanently for that game save. Yeah, I could log out and start a new game or load a previous save from before I started to use console commands, and then I would continue to get achievements. But for this game save, if I want to keep all of the progress I just made by finding the constant and turning in those quests, I sadly can't. And get achievements at the same time. Halfway Nuts said, had to load a really old save because Andrasia was about to be killed. Lost over 40 hours. I can't give up the snake worshiper. Oh, yeah. Tony J says, use achievements? You mean use cheats, Ox? Yes, I mean use cheats. Okay, to the spaceport.
Maybe I should switch from Terror Brew to Tranquility.
Now our ship, the Kepler, is on Voli 2 right now.
Hey there.
And we need to get it back. So I think the way to do this is to go to the technician.
Hey, what can I do for you?
I'd like to view and modify my ships.
Okay, no problem.
So then we'll switch to the let's it could be any ship. Let's switch to the Star Eagle, make home ship. That's going to be here. And then now we can go back to the Kepler and make it our home ship, and it should appear on the landing pad behind us. And there we go. And now we can fly back to Voli 2. And with that, the ECS Constant should be on the map now.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment.
And it should start to grav jump away as expected.
Time to push some G's.
Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
Now, another thing that's interesting about this particular solution for the quest is we never actually are able to remove the location of the ECS Constant from our quest log, because the location is constantly changing. And it was intended for this to be the way that we can track down the ship in the future, so they keep it in our quest log forever, even when it's bugged. But we should be able to click Show Location, and there it is. It's in Porima 2 orbit, and we should be able to fast travel there and see it. Let's try that out.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
There we go, and this time it works. We actually see it in orbit, and our quest marker is hovering over it. So yeah, that's how you fix it on PC. You gotta use console commands. I know, it's really annoying. Anyway, let's get back to Guilty Parties. This is the quest we were working on when we logged off yesterday. So let's set a course. Back to Neon Core. All right.
That side's a bad place for tourists these days. Whole area's gone to hell.
Madame. Sauvages.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they will.
Frankie's Grab and Go. Food and drinks open all the time.
Sorry, kind of busy here.
Okay.
Better have credits to spend. You lost, kiddo?
This is a store, isn't it?
Sure. I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium if they've got the creds. I'd say less than half my customers are legit. The others are just kids up to no good.
Last checked, I was an adult.
Just something I call everyone. Nothing to get worked up over. I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband and I opened it a while back. These days, if you ain't a regular, you're usually trouble.
So, what do you sell here?
Snacks, drinks, odds and ends, typical convenience store fare. Thought we'd snag a few of the Astro Lounge clubgoers who might want something to go on their way home. Turns out we were more appealing to the local gangs.
Well, we already know from the plot that this is a front for the Seokguh Syndicate. So, I wonder exactly what she sells here. Did something happen?
Of course something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say, those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them.
Open a shop in New Atlantis or Sidonia if you don't like trouble.
And live in a UC? No thanks. Besides, I ain't about to let a few undesirables chase me away from what I've built here.
What type of people are your non-regular customers?
Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin.
How much business do you get back here?
I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew.
You said you started this business with your husband.
Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery.
Oh, God.
Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop.
Well, we have a number of options here. We've got another quest that's going to send us here. But let's see what she has for sale.
Just the usual.
Digipix. Chasm bass oil, or chasm bass oil, of course. Alright, lots of snacks and food stuff. Minimal weapons. Old Earth pistol. Alright. We'll start with the Ryujin quest. I'm here on Ryujin's behalf. I was told I'd be allowed inside.
Oh, you're the one getting special treatment. Huh. I knew you was some sort of trouble. I've got one rule for you in there, so it shouldn't be hard to remember. Third floor is off limits. They catch you snooping around, and it's open season.
Is that some sort of threat?
It ain't a threat if it's a rule, now is it?
Are you a member of the Syndicate?
I'm more of an honorary member. I let them take up residence in the back, keep things looking legit. They keep this business afloat, so finances don't keep me up at night.
Well, if we ever do take down the Syndicate, poor Frankie's gonna be out of a job, maybe. We could say, you better hope the person I need isn't on the 3rd floor. Or I'll do what I want, thank you very much. Or, alright, I'll steer clear of the 3rd floor.
That's what I like to hear. For the record, I'm only granting you access because I have to. You'll find that young lady you're looking for holed up in a room almost straight ahead. Just remember to keep your eyes on the prize. The less you consider this an open house, the better.
Okay. Let's snoop around.
Doors open.
Secure door control. Hello. It's a walk-in freezer that leads to the hideout.
Back off.
Okay. I need to find Imogene, but I also need to find Kumio's slate. This was the part that we agreed to do for Benjamin Bayou. And I'm presuming that's going to be upstairs, hopefully not on the 3rd floor. We might have another stealth mission on our hands. We'll focus on the downstairs first. Syndicate gangsters, secure door control.
I'm watching you. No funny business. I suppose we should assume they actually know how to use all of this, and it is not just for intimidation.
Yeah. This is quite a spread of tools and weapons.
Gotta ask for a bigger cut next time.
Okay, this is gonna take us to the 2nd floor.
Time to ask for some more protection money.
Alright, she's gonna be through there. Ooh, but the slate is gonna be over there. Hello.
No funny business.
Right. That's the 3rd floor. We can't go there.
You try anything, you're dead.
Oh, very, very upset that I'm here. Combatech Catalog 1 further increases the range and accuracy of Combatech weapons. And this is a maintenance shaft key. Hey.
Something worth our time in here, perhaps?
Well, I'm looking, but all of this is set to own, so I'm not gonna bother risking getting in trouble. Though we could keep our eyes open for a maintenance shaft. We're still on the second floor, so feeling pretty secure here.
Back off. I'm watching you.
Well, well. Hello. What have we here? We'll explore that last.
No funny business.
That's the maintenance shaft? Alright, so the key opens that door. We'll check that out in just a second.
You got any more of that stuff?
Another way through here. Unsure where it leads.
Thank you.
Hallucinations had trouble understanding what I was saying.
All out. You realize you shouldn't do Aurora at a time like this, right?
Who cares? Who's gonna stop me?
You'll stop yourself if you're not careful. I knew a guy whose sense of time was so messed up on Aurora.
Back
he
off.
literally tripped while being chased by security. Fell right over the railing into the sea below and was never seen again.
Okay.
Unoku Wesker became a gold ox. Thank you, Unoku. Alright, there's the third floor.
Stuff or not.
I'll get you someone who are done here.
And there's the maintenance shaft that I unlocked with the key. Oh, black market antiquities. Oh my god.
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on.
Yeah. Am I? What am I carrying?
Really. A credit for your thoughts, as they say. I am happy to help shoulder the load.
Oh my god. She's full too. Well, I guess it has been a while since I've done any inventory management.
I look forward to our next discussion.
Right, I'm gonna quick save before I hop on up to the third floor here. Let's take off all our armor. Michael Kaneher says, Ox, random tip. You didn't grab the unique Varun ambassador outfit. It's in his downstairs room in the embassy, unowned. Really? Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, I suppose I could always go back. Ooh, we'd have to use a cutter. Right. Not the best way to go about this. What are they thinking? We got to use this really noisy weapon to cut a bunch of pins during a stealth mission? Right.
I'm watching you.
You try anything, you're dead.
Well, all that hoopla over a maintenance shaft key. And we've got this right here. Which is probably going to be a lot safer. Ooh, alright. This goes right over an open exposed area, so let's take off. And use a recon stim. careful. Oh my god. It's right over there. Man of Warp says anyone who takes the serpent's embrace trait has to speak with elongated sounds. Agree or disagree? Yeah, I'll agree. Alright, well, if we gotta go over there... Why am I encumbered? $269 of $245? Jeez. It's probably my aid. What? How do I have so much miscellaneous crap in my inventory?
Hope the crab's still hot by the time I get there later.
Okay, well, what's the point of this then?
Yo, I'm planning on hitting up Frankie's later to pick up some more fish.
Hatch above you, says Chad. Oh my god, you're right. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Chad.
Sure, shaking down shop owners is all good, but I'm just waiting for them to try and resist.
I'm here for you. Should you? Of course, take your time.
Opening files. Failed to open files. Decryption code required.
I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits, no?
How did he see me? He was on the other side. Try this again. Do I have the correct star power assigned?
Hello, excellent to see. I will keep watch from here.
Yeah.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
Eyes and ears, we have company.
That's going to be really tricky. I got to steal it, and it's on the desk. And he's sitting right at the desk. I could knock him out, yeah, but that's not going to not alert them.
I'm glad to see you. I can do that. Even when I see it with my own eyes, it is still hard to believe.
That guy, if he would remain sitting. Okay, I just gotta wait for him to go back and sit down or leave the room. Aha! Got it. Okay. All right, one done.
I figured our paths would cross sooner or later.
And there
she
is.
I was safe, but I never expected anyone to just slip by all the Syndicate here.
That's me. I'm good at slipping by. Rhapsody on a windy night. Ooh. Okay, Imogene, let's chat. What's up? Because I believe there's more to the story than we've been led to believe.
I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me.
How did you even know about the investigation?
You stay in this business long enough, you get enough favors and connections that can help you see anything coming. Nix owed me a favor and gave me the heads up.
What the hell is going on? Are you really working for Infinity Limited?
Yes and no, but mostly no. Just hear me out, okay?
Someone sure looks guilty hiding out here, or you've got some explaining to do, Lucy.
I know this doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally.
Ah, as we suspected, Ularu is really at fault. How can I believe anything you say?
I'm not the one with motive here. First, I'm not about to reboot my life. Second, I'm not spending the rest of my life looking over my shoulder for the next field op they'd send after me.
You think Ularu did this?
Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so I'm the one that takes the fall. That's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off.
Sounds like a lot of crap to me. Intentionally? Help me understand what you're saying. Or we can pass a Neon Street Rat check to say, I won't let Ularu win. If you've got evidence, I'll deliver it.
You're trusting me on this one. Huh. Not to cast doubt on myself, but I fully expected to push my persuasion skills to the limit.
Wow. This questline really gives us plenty of opportunities to pass the Neon Street Rat check. We could say, as my boss, any lack of training in the trust department is on you. Or the truth is, if it's you or Ularu, I'm with you all the way. Or you said you had the evidence to prove it, I'm just giving you a chance. Or a Neon Street Rat check to say Ryujin embodies corporate corruption. Ularu makes perfect sense.
I can see Genevieve and Alexis cringing over those words. If you live in Neon long enough, it's not a surprise you'd start to see the darker side. This slate holds the evidence to prove my innocence. I just need you to make sure Dalton sees it.
Just remember, you owe me big for this, or whatever it takes to prove Ularu's guilty, or I'll make sure Dalton sees it.
I was hoping you would. I'm still going to lay low until I hear the coast is clear. As long as Ularu still thinks I'm on the run, she'll remain confident that her plan is working. And I know you don't hear it much around the office, but thanks.
Okay. Deliver Kumio's slate to Benjamin Bayou. I'm having second thoughts about that, about working for Bayou like that, but we'll see what he says.
I hope Dalton believes me.
All right. Let's see what the slate says. Evidence against Ularu Chen. Opening files. Authorization code needed. Dalton finds. All right. Right. Thank you, everyone, for letting me explore your office. I promise I didn't take or touch anything.
I'm watching you.
Okay. Ooh. What? Whoa, that was weird. Alright, well, we're okay.
Not sure if those balloon cells live in space or got separated from the planet.
Whoops, I think I left my companion in the air duct. That's okay. She'll be back when I fetch her for when we get on our ship.
Don't go causing trouble.
Yes? What do you want? Ah, Ryujin's latest returns. I trust you've got what I wanted?
We could say I'm starting to think this may be worth more to me than you. Or, of course, next time, be more careful with incriminating evidence.
I'm as careful as they come. Next time, you should consider who you're dealing with. I'm willing to let your comments slide since you came through, and the slate is now in good hands. But in the future, I suggest you learn a few manners.
Okay. We could say this was a one-time thing, or I'm always willing to do a favor, provided it makes my job easier, or as long as it benefits Ryujin Industries, I'm always happy to help.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I have more important things to get back to.
Okay. Now we have an optional portion to confront Ularu. The problem is, if we confront Ularu, is that going to give her time to escape? Let's see what happens.
Having fun?
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pad.
Day, another ship.
Hey there, friend.
I used to be
Need something?
There we go. Executive offices. Optional, talk to Yuko. Optional, confront Ularu on the executive office's floor. Right, I'm going to do a hard save here.
Well, look who's back. Dalton's gonna lose it when he finds out you went to the Syndicate without talking to him.
I did try to talk. Okay. Only Bayou's permission mattered. I went straight to the source.
True. Dalton couldn't argue with that. At least he had the good sense to speak to Bayou. So tell me, what did you find out?
What's the information worth to you?
If you think I'm paying for that information, think again. It's just a matter of time before it finds its way onto my desk. And I can be a very patient person.
You didn't have anyone spying on me to find out yourself.
Inside the Syndicate? That area's off limits, and I think we both know why. Imogene knew exactly what she was doing when she went there.
We could say it's none of your business, or Imogene claims Ularu is setting her up as a mole, or you'll have to ask Dalton after my report.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later.
Okay. Talking to Yuko. Done. I don't think we should confront Ularu. I think that'll tip her off and she'll flee. I am, however, curious to find out what she does. So, let's do a quick save. See what happens.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Is there something I can help you with?
I'm here to give you a chance to come clean before I tell Dalton you're the mole.
Excuse me? Let me close this door before you say anything else you might regret. Just a moment.
I can't move. I can't move. I'm stuck. Oh. I can't move. What is she doing? Is she gonna... Is this a trap door? Am I gonna fall through, or...
Shutting the door and engaging locks.
I knew this was a bad idea.
That's better. And that's quite the story you just threw in my face. Not to mention a serious accusation. And just where is this absurd notion coming from?
Wouldn't you like to know? I don't reveal my sources. Imogene, the very person you're trying to frame. Or we can pass a persuade check to say, are we really going to play this game? Just admit you're the mole. We can always go back to that. Let's try Imogene, the very person you're trying to frame.
Are you serious? Jeannie's too smart to pull off a stunt like that. It sounds like you're only here to waste my time.
I know you're guilty, and I'll make sure you never work here again. Or I know you're trying to pin this on Imogene, and it won't work. Or we could lie and say, tell me the truth. And I'll hand over the evidence I have against you. Let's try that.
Now that sounds more like a proposition I could get behind. Fine. Since it's just you and me here, I'll come clean. I leaked Project Dominion to Infinity LTD. But I'm no mole.
If not a mole, what are you? A double agent?
Please. It's insulting that you think I'd actually be working for someone other than Ryujin or myself.
I knew only someone at the top could leak Project Dominion.
With the amount of secrecy and security surrounding that project, I'm happy to report that's true. You see, I'm not a mole. I'm an opportunist. And no one is more loyal to Ryujin than I am. Masako, on the other hand, is losing her touch. Ryujin needs strong leadership for what lies ahead.
Oh,
a CEO who can make the hard decisions.
What do you mean by hard decisions?
What do you think? If someone was a threat to your family, would you be satisfied waiting for them to strike? Of course not. You'd eliminate the threat before it had a chance to act. In some cases, before it even realized what it was capable of.
If you're so loyal, why did you leak Project Dominion to Infinity Limited?
It's all part of my plan. But don't worry. Infinity LTD will never be able to complete Vina's work. I made sure of that.
If this is all about Masako, why frame Imogene?
It was never my intent to involve Imogene. But when you arrived with information on Project Dominion, I knew Infinity had screwed up. I had no choice but to act fast. Imogene is the only one that Dalton and the others would believe was capable of pulling this off. It had to be her.
I suppose Masako is losing her touch if she doesn't realize you're a traitor, or Masako wouldn't be a CEO without being able to make hard decisions. Let's try that one, I guess?
Oh, I'm no traitor to Ryujin. I'm the one that's going to keep this company on top for decades to come. So, now that you know, it's time to see how good you are at making hard decisions. With your help, I can take down Masako and make the credits worth your while. So whose side are you on? Masako's or Ryujin's?
I mean, we only have her word that Masako is a bad CEO incapable of making the tough decisions. We also don't know what she means by tough decisions. Are tough decisions murdering the competition? Because yeah, that would be a tough decision, and it would be tough to make that decision, and I don't think she should make it. Also, she's the only one that actually tried to frame somebody for something she didn't do. So that's two Big red X's in my book. I don't like her. Masako never did anything to me. We could say Masako's side is Ryujin's side, and that's the side I'm on, where I don't care how you frame it, you're a traitor, I'm with Masako, or if you really have Ryujin's best interests in mind, then I'm on your side.
I'm losing patience.
If it means better job security, I'm on your side, or I'm on whatever side involves the most credits. Let's try this last one. Masako's side is Ryujin's side, and that's the side I'm on.
Well, it seems we're at an impasse now.
I should kill you where you stand. Or I'm handing you over to Dalton. You can answer to Masako herself. Or I don't suppose I could convince you to stop what you're doing.
The only way you stop me from carrying out my plans to depose Masako is to kill me. You could try to get me fired, but that only delays my plans. Face it, this isn't a game you can win.
I'm handing you over to Dalton. You can answer to Masako herself.
Go ahead. I guarantee any evidence you have is circumstantial at best. I've created the perfect scapegoat in Imogene. It'd be your word against mine, and I'm pretty sure the odds are in my favor.
We could attack. Screw it. There's no way I'm letting you win. Or you already screwed up once. I'll get the evidence I need. Or believe what you want. You won't get away with this. We'll say that we will get the evidence we need.
I admit, I misjudged Infinity LTD's level of competency. If only I'd have gone to see Simon myself, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But I've learned from that mistake. So good luck. You won't find a thing.
Okay. And she stays here. She doesn't
Keep
flee.
out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Ryujin certainly spared no expense on their exec floor.
Imogene and I have frequent discussions over security, so the request shouldn't raise any red flags.
Let's do a hard save here.
So, you're finally back. With no sign of Imogene. And here I thought sending you after her would be a simple task.
We could say Ularu played you all. Imogene is innocent. Or Imogene said it isn't safe to return here. Or I found Imogene, she claims she was set up. Let's try Ularu played you all.
I suppose you suddenly have all the facts now. This explanation better be good. I have a mind to fire you just for that comment.
We could say, the good news is I have this. Or here, at least I didn't come back empty-handed. Or this can prove Imogene is innocent and Ularu herself confessed.
If our word is not enough, that may convince you.
I find it hard to believe Ularu would take the chance to incriminate herself. But if this slate provides indisputable evidence to corroborate your story, well, that's enough proof for me. It will be a relief to reinstate Imogene as well. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office.
How do I get to Vina's office in R&D?
Just take the elevator down to Research and Development. You'll find Dr. Kara's office to your left as you enter the floor.
Any idea what Masako wants to talk to me about?
Masako's been focusing on how to deal with Infinity LTD and their knowledge of Project Dominion. I believe her plans rely heavily on you.
Can you tell me anything about Vina Kalara?
Vina's the head of our research and development team. She's the creator of Project Dominion, and often considered the protege of Ray Dakaris, Ryujin's founder.
I'll head over there as soon as possible.
Once I've examined this evidence, I may need your help in moving forward. And not a word about this to anyone. I'll present what I have to the board once I've completed a full report.
Okay, lots of credits. Quest complete, and Ularu is still in her office, I think. Mission updated, the key ingredient. R&D.
You want to chat? Find DeMarcus. He's always willing to talk someone's ear off.
Okay, that's where we need to go.
Please stand back. This unit
Are you sure you're
is
okay?
on patrol.
You left pretty fast.
I'm fine. I really thought that formula would be the one, and it blew up in my face. Almost literally.
Was your first test run? It could have been worse.
Yeah, I just need a few minutes to sort myself out. And let the smoke settle.
That smoke's long since cleared. It's the smell that's lingering. But it's no worse than that time Bezzy singed off all his facial hair.
Oh my god. And we still give him hell over that. Thanks for cheering me up.
Hey.
Hang around too long, and Vina will try to test some of her work on you.
Oh, wow.
Can't get anything done around here without running into red tape.
Our floor's off limits to most people. Kind of nice to have a guest.
I believe I explored through here during the stealth mission, briefly.
Damn, where the hell did I put that torch?
Oh. This must be for surgical implantation. Can't read the terminal, sadly.
Was I supposed to attach that clockwise or counterclockwise?
Requires key. This is just an observation platform. Here's the vent that I crawled through. DeMarcus Sterling. Hi! What's it like working for Ryujin's R&D?
Honestly, it's a dream and an honor to work among some of the best scientific minds in the settled systems. Especially when Ryujin allows us so much freedom to pursue our ideas, even if they're controversial. Vina herself believes there's a positive application to any idea. Therefore, anything is worth pursuing.
Right. Well, there was another dialogue option. Whoa! Sorry about that.
Hello. Good to see you again.
What's your job here?
I'm the chief engineer here, specializing in cybernetics. I'm one of the lucky folks who get to be at the forefront of Neuro-amp technology. Half of the Neuro-amps on sale downstairs in the lobby are my designs.
Okay.
Can't talk. Doing calculus in my head.
I'm on my 12th iteration of this design. I have a good feeling about this one.
Can't talk. I'm just doing calculus in my head, you know, every day here at Ryujin. Well, well. Can't open it. Can't open the vent. It looks like that's all we have access to right now. This is the room we need a key for. But it's got a glass ceiling so we can see inside, and it's empty. Huh. I wonder what's supposed to be in there. Well, enough snooping. Let's proceed with the quest. Ooh, wait a minute. What is this? We found more stuff. Okay. Another lab.
Hey, welcome to R&D.
Research manager's computer. Deleted bi-monthly meeting. Reminder of your bi-monthly soul time performance review meeting, 4 to 4:30, Monday, Vienna's office. Deleted off-site calibration. Malfunction. Locate the remote asteroid testing site. Looks like we're getting a sensor malfunction on some remote testing site. It's been a few weeks with no response. From the logs, it looks like just an overdue update, but maybe they are expecting a technician to come and take a look. I know they're a smaller client, but could you add it to one of the guys' schedules to take a look? Ooh, that gave us a side quest. Cool.
We take a lot of pride in our work up here in R&D.
Activities: locate the remote asteroid testing site.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that my latest experiment will be a success.
Where does this go? Oh my goodness, this is elaborate.
I've got my eye on you.
Hey, I'm allowed to be here.
All right, relax. This experiment can't go worse than the last one did.
Okay, so that's how we get to the balcony up there. Computer locked with a novice lock. And we're hidden. Okay, bottom. Top only. Top only. Okay. Robot control interface. Oh, all right. Well, let's update friend-foe settings. Recalibrate friend-foe settings. Okay. Just in case something goes haywire later. Okay, now we need to go over here.
The new Neuro-amp Vina design is absolutely brilliant.
We came down through here during a stealth mission last time. This is all starting to become very familiar. And I'm not in the mood to hack anymore, so. And we can no longer access this one. Right.
The specs they gave me for this job are so confusing.
Don't cause any trouble.
Please refrain from engaging in any
I
criminal
need that
activity.
rothasite if we want to complete the Neuro-amp.
Programmed for.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out and get that shipment back. Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity LTD.
It's about time we're taking action on this, or point me in the right direction. I'm ready to do whatever's needed.
In due time. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current Neuro-amp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. let me introduce you to Veena Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal Neuro-amp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other Neuro-amp users.
How can you be sure the mole didn't steal information on the shielding mod?
Well, we can't, but the shielding aspect was never officially a part of Project Dominion. It was an afterthought of how to safeguard our own people from being manipulated, so it was being researched separately as a mod. The research itself was in early stages, too early for board approval, so only myself, DeMarcus, and Masako know about it.
Keeping the shielding mod to ourselves would be a huge advantage. Infinity missed out on the most important piece, where it's smart to market them separately. You'd be foolish to get one and not the other.
Oh yeah, marketing and finance wouldn't have it any other way.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Veena can complete the internal Neuro-amp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity LTD.
Oh.
We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
Oh, dear. How about I just not put anything inside, huh? If I don't install any Neuro-amps, I'm not at risk of being hacked. Oh, man, I don't like body modifications and brain modifications. You're trusting me with this technology?
You're a Ryujin employee, and we need a job done. We've trusted you this far, so I feel it's safe to continue the trend.
You just assume I'm willing to be your guinea pig for this?
We expect our employees to do whatever it takes to ensure Ryujin's success. Consider this an opportunity, not a risk. Besides, you're in good hands with Veena.
No way! I like my brain just the way it is. Kinda tempted to choose that one. I'm willing to undergo the procedure, if that's what it takes, or it's about time I got to try out this new tech. I'm a bit hesitant, but we'll do it.
Good. That's all I wanted to hear.
And all I need is the last piece of the puzzle. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called rothasite.
The last shipment we were supposed to receive never arrived, and we've gotten no response to our queries from the station. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to keep the discovery quiet, so it's unusual for them not to respond.
Oh. Is this what I learned about on that terminal? What do you think happened?
We have several theories. Dealing with a new element on a new planet has its own set of risks. It could be environmental, mechanical, or, worst case scenario, pirates, mercenaries. We are leaning toward the latter.
Oh dear. I'm willing to bet Infinity LTD is involved in this, or something bad must have happened. No one would jeopardize a contract like this over mechanical failures. Or I guess the best we can hope for is a communications issue on their end. I'm leaning towards something bad.
Yes, Consolidated Mining knows what's at stake if they fail to deliver. They consistently get the job done, which is why we chose them to run this station. And also why we're so concerned. We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Veena can complete her prototype. And I want to know what happened. We need to take any safety measures to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Are you expecting me to run into a lot of resistance?
Unfortunately, yes, so be prepared. Extensive tests and research were done on the planet, so the chances that this is environmental are slim. And setting up a station like this is second nature for Consolidated Mining, with plenty of redundancies in place to handle mechanical failures.
That rothasite shipment will be in your hands before you know it. If someone's interfering, I'll make sure they're dealt with along the way, or I'll find out what happened and secure the shipment.
The station is called CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A in the Carinae system. Unfortunately, we had to cut ties with our supply chain manager, Camden Cho. and his replacement is still getting up to speed.
Oh no!
Otherwise, I may have had more useful information.
Whoops! That's on me. I think I helped Nix get some compromising information on Camden. Why would Camden Show have any information on this?
Camden managed all of our outside contracts. He set up the initial agreements with Consolidated Mining, so he had on-site access and knowledge that we could have used.
Camden Show was fired? What happened?
I can't discuss the details. Company policy.
I think it has something to do with me. It's fine, I'll manage, or great. So my job is harder because of some newbie. Or I've accomplished more with less.
Which is why you have my full faith for this assignment. Be prepared for anything. Once you have the shipment, bring it straight back to Vina.
Okay. This, I think, is a completely different quest than the one that we got in our activities. The key ingredient, we need to travel to the moon, but we still have the locate remote asteroid testing site that we got from the terminal, so it's 2 different locations.
It's times like these when I'm glad I have an office job.
Okay. Mission accepted.
Does Ms. Kalra know you're wandering around up here?
Yes, I have permission. Thank you. Okay, let's do some selling.
Neuro-amps? Oh yeah. Boost pack.
If you're looking for some... Feel like making a purchase today? Let me know if we can make a deal.
Let's go to sell. Sell from my inventory. Let's see. We've got a bunch of packs that I don't need. No longer need the fitted business suit. Okay. Let's go to miscellaneous. Antique earth duck. Piggy bank. I need to store these snow globes before I accidentally sell them. Baseball. I need to deposit all of these resources in the ship. And all of my aid. Hold on.
Of course. I have a huge inventory to choose from.
Let's go back to sell. Sell weapons. I've got a lot of weapons I don't really need. Advanced Coachman. Advanced Razorback. That's 231. That's 231. But that's got legendary effects, so I'll sell that. I'm going to sell that because I'm just going to... Oh, he's got less money than I need. He's only got 900 left. I can sell that. There's Ember. I wonder if it really does hurt me.
Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Need something? Duels Goods has a full line of equipment and accessories.
Oh, can we sell our contraband at the Trade Authority?
If it's too hot to handle, we can take it off your hands.
Yeah? Buying, selling, or moving?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Yeah? Well, then let me spell it out for you. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberated goods taken off your hands for a reasonable price. So, instead of wasting my time making me explain how the business world works, let's get a move on.
Wow. Liberated goods is my specific area of interest.
Now that's what I'm talking about. We both want to make some money, so what'll it be?
Can you tell me more about the mission boards and where to find them?
Yeah. Various employers post jobs to the mission boards for people like you to take up. For example, the Trade Authority pays pilots to run cargo. You'll find them in bars, usually near spaceports throughout the settled systems.
How does the Trade Authority manage to stay off the Freestar Rangers' radar?
Hey, I'm not here to rattle any cages. We get along just fine. As long as I stay out of their business, they stay out of mine. On the rare occasion that I've run into something that's red hot, Ranger Price swings by as a follow-up. We put our heads together and figure it out. It's never really been a problem. You can ask him if you like.
Okay, let's do some business.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay, let's see what he's got. A couple digipicks. Resources. Mercenary gear. Cool. All right, let's go to sell. And let's go to miscellaneous. There it is. 7 black market antiquities. Holy cow. That's over 10,000. But I don't have, he doesn't have enough money. Okay. Well, let me buy some ammo. Alt Grendel says, looks like your headlamp is on. All right, Alt Grendel, I'll take care of it. Let's buy some ammo while we're here. Caseless shotgun shell, sure. That's nearly 9,000. 11 mil, yeah, that's 8,000. Okay. Let's go to sell. Miscellaneous. There we go. I think I've sold everything I want to. No, actually, let's go through. I don't need the advanced Razorback. I want to keep the Ember. I don't need the Old Earth hunting rifle. I've already got... That's a refined, so it's not even the best. Modified arc welder. It's probably better than any other arc welder I have. I don't need the Nova Blast anymore. I'll sell that. Poison calibrated Bridger. Do I have another one? I've got 2 Varun Star Shards. I'll sell 1. Ooh, but he doesn't have enough money for it. No, wait, he does. No, wait, he doesn't. Shattered Shock is what I've been using. 127 physical damage. 181 physical damage. That's better. Instigating and poison. But this is a unique one. A unique weapon, so I want to save it. Okay, I want to sell one of the Star Shards, but I need to sell more ammo. Or I need to buy more ammo. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go.
If you find anything else, make sure you bring it to me.
Will do. Thank you for your help. I'm feeling a lot lighter.
don't want to pick a fight.
And we should find Andreja on board.
Hi. Please disregard.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Okay, let me store some stuff to further lighten myself. Let's go to inventory and resources. Store all resources. Okay. Let's store any notes that I don't need. Any aid that I use as a crafting component, like the battle stem, or the QB, or CQBX, or the heal paste. Oranges, of course. Onion. Bread. I've still got Yuko's coffee. I never could give it to her. It's a unique item. I'll save it. I'll put it in here. Okay, is there anything that I'm carrying lots of? Recon stem, yeah, but I do use that. Neurojax, let's store about half of those. Hippolyta, I use that, but we've got extras. We'll store about half of those. The emergency kit, no. Container of cereal, why do I have that? Chicken ticcata? What? When did I grab that? Bog Scrog, oh, poor Bog. I'll keep that around. It helps with carrying capacity. Well, now that I've got the power, I don't really need it. We'll store it. Oh, I couldn't sell these because it's a stolen item. The neon security helmet and uniform. I should have tried selling it and buying it back at the Trade Authority. Actually, I don't even really need it. The neon security uniform looks pretty good compared to the UC security uniform. But it swaps out energy. Alright, I'll keep it on my inventory so I can sell it later. Right! Oh, wait, no, I forgot to store the weapons I'm not using. Let's go to weapons. Yeah, Omzium dagger. No, that's in the Kepler. Refined Equinox. Eh. I want to test out Ember on a planet. Modified Arc Welder. Alright, so I want to use this Bridger instead of my Shattered Shock. So I'm going to store the Shattered Shock for now. Nova Blast Disruptor. Let's store that. I don't think I'll need it. Now, the Revenant is amazing. But the ammunition is expensive. It's rare. And I blow through it really quickly. So I'm going to store the Revenant for now, even though it's just one of the best weapons I have, because it's way too expensive. Now, the Shattering Refined Tombstone, that's exciting. Let's store the Mutineer. Chat really liked the Star Shard. I'll keep it on my inventory to play with it from time to time. I have another one on my inventory, don't I? Feather. 22 physical damage, 1 legendary effect, 46 physical damage, 3 legendary effects. I mean, it's easy. Let's store the Feather, and we'll use the Refined Tombstone. I've got 2,000 rounds on that. I need a better shotty. It's all right. I mean, it's still a really good shotty, but I need a better one.
So, I hear you've been making yourself pretty useful on the ship.
Okay, we need to go to Karanai 3A, but we've got a couple more Earth locations to visit. Shanghai landmark on Earth. Let's do that. It's dark, but it should be morning soon. So hard to see. There we go. Up. Oh, why do they gotta put it here? Shanghai snow globe. There it is. I wonder what building this is in Shanghai. It's interesting. Right, it's too dark for a photo, so let's fast travel to the ship. And rest a couple of hours until it's daylight, then we can take a photo.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Right, it's 4, almost 5 o'clock. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try 10 o'clock in the morning. Retro Wave gifted 5 Oxhorn memberships to the community. Congratulations to Nicholas, MK Pops, Jason Fisher, Emo the Great, and Silly Sci-Fi.
Last night was enlightening. I hope to learn more next time.
So Chad was saying I could take a screenshot while sitting in the cockpit by photo mode. Ooh, wow. Well, I don't really know much about Shanghai, so you'll have to tell me exactly what building this is. Pretty cool.
Hope you've enjoyed your stay here. Get the hell out.
Orbital pattern locked in.
Okay. Key ingredient. Travel to Karanai 3A. Let's show on the map here.
Drive is spinning down. Jump was smooth as butter.
Alright, no ships in orbit. Ooh, power from beyond. Karanai 1. We've got another power here. Well, we're on Karanai 3A. So we must have discovered another power on Karanai 1. Alright, don't let me forget this, chat. I gotta go get that power after we do this mission. We have to land at the CM station RC1, and hopefully my ship won't be too big to land where it needs to. We've got water, iron, lead, alkalines, or alkanes, and rothasite. Rothasite is that unique material that we need for the quest. Super Taram says, do the power first. It could be useful. Alright, I can do that. Karanai 1. Let's set course. Helium-3 and aluminum. We've got a robotics facility and a scanner anomaly. Let's land. Hitomi says rothasite is also a rare material used in high-level crafting for outposts. Procedure. It's worth stockpiling if you see it. Okay, thank you, Hitomi.
Hello, Captain.
There it is. Extreme ambient cold.
That kind of power. I'm glad it is in your hands.
Oh, cool. It puts a little bubble around me. Wow. What happened here? What is all this fancy jazz? Temple Phi. That almost looks organic.
Seeing this just highlights how little we still know about the Starborn and the artifacts.
This one's really impressive. always this last one. God.
What Constellation has been for. This place, the Starborn. All of it. And once again, we are triumphant.
What did I get? Alien reanimation. Life, gift of the cosmos, granted once more to a fallen alien beast, so that it may serve thankfully. Really? I can resurrect creatures and they can fight by my side? Wow, okay, so I guess it doesn't work on humans. That's really cool. Well, I'm hoping that there are a lot of pets at this mining facility that we're going to, so that I can reanimate the dead. Call me Oxhorn the Necromancer. I sprained my ankle. Okay.
Struts retracting. Let's get out of here.
Slidey Bartfast says, can you reanimate terrormorphs?
Stay in orbit or jump.
I bet you we
call.
could. That would be awesome. Okay, well, let's move on to the moon. Karnai 3A, and we'll land at the station. Oh, just in time. I wonder how long they fight by your side. This is really the first infiltration mission we've had so far in the Ryujin questline. Everything has been stealth and dialogue and intrigue. But this is, we finally get some action. That's great.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
I'll let you know, Vasco. Super Taram says time to snag yourself an Ashta. Yeah. All right. Consolidated mining. Well, what happened here? Joint pain? Why do I have joint pain?
Come then. Meet your death.
Ecliptic. Great. Right, I'm gonna change my power. The grav thing it's really my favorite. Gravity wave. For big things like this, it's gonna be great. Looks like we're not gonna have any creatures, otherwise I would test it out.
I wonder whether the result of the analysis here was good news or bad.
That is always the question. Ooh, copper. Gold. Okay, bottom. Bottom. Top. Top. Disassembler, refined mag shot, hallucinogen. A rare resource. Alright, I gotta fix my sprained ankle. There we go. Okay, so we had a pod over here. That's the main facility. Refined Bridger. I wish it was daylight. It's just not much you can do without the daylight. That one's alright. That one's actually better. Lithium, uranium. Oh, now the sun wants to come up. That was fast. Storage. Can I open these? No.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Holding position.
Why didn't my grab thing work? Did I not? Oh, did she kill him? Oh. Did I not change it? Gravity wave! Gravity wave! It's the right one. Why? Why didn't it do it? Oh, anti-gravity field. Oh. Okay. So this is a push, that's a dash, that's the field. Gotcha. I hate big. Oh. Ah, but it's worse. Also worse.
Show yourself.
Whoops.
No sign of hostiles. Standing down.
Must be above me. Calibrated mag pulse. Okay.
Not exactly the lap of luxury, is it?
Not exactly. Alright, so that's going to lead down into it. Look at all of these containers, but not a lot inside. Did you pick? Okay, so that's where we're gonna have to go, but I need to get that guy on the roof. Wherever he is. I thought he was on the roof.
Engaging hostile.
He was not. He was just outside. Okay. Mr. C, letter C, letter P says, hi Oxhorn, and what the hell's happening? We are on a mission for Ryujin right now, trying to figure out what exactly has gone wrong here. Sean McElroy, oh, of course it's a master lock. Sean McElroy says, another month bites the dust. Hey ya, hey ya. Hey, Sean McElroy. It's almost Halloween. Oh, man. Alright, so all of those can be used. Let's narrow it down. If that works there. That doesn't work there. That does. That works there. Which means this needs to be used for the top. Okay, instigating refined Eon. Not worth it. To the mine. Floor access restricted. Gain access to the mine. Oh, I see. We need to go up to the platform above. Or not. Oh. Ha ha ha. Discover what happened.
Run distraction.
Mining monthly issue 2 permanently. Increases tool grip weapon damage by an additional 2%. There's a lot of guys in there.
Did you hear something? Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Okay, they're deeper in. They can't see or hear me right now.
Contact.
Well, never mind.
Target locked.
Why was I taking damage?
Are you prepared to die?
Cowards. Super Taram says, hard and loud, huh? Well, gets the job done. Too bad for whoever cleans up the floors. Thank you, Nick Valentine. Calibrated corner drum beat.
Finish this.
We set up a chain reaction. I love this thing.
Did they have anything of value?
Well, we got another turret down there, and then there's a guy on the big rig.
There you are.
There was no other way for it to end.
All right, so we got a freight elevator here. Whoa! But I don't think it. Oh, it goes down. Does it go down or up? All right. Well, before we do that, let's go to that ground floor because that looked interesting.
An impressive investment in equipment. Someone certainly considered this worth the time and credits.
Mr. C. Letter P says, "Wow, I know why you Oxhorn. He got the
This is why I
horn."
hate Ecliptic. It was wholly unnecessary to do this to these poor miners.
Thank you, Mr. CP. We'll endeavor to continue to do so. Calibrated Big Bang, a particle beam shotgun. This is the first time I've seen one of these. Wow. God, they just killed these people and dumped their bodies in the bottom here. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, these poor miners. All right, is there any lore I'm missing? Any notes, holotapes, slates, anything? No, just bodies. Bodies and bodies. Now let's see. Calibrated Big Bang. It's worth 14,000. Wow. Let's try it out. Are we back on the surface? Worse than what I got. Oh, lots of options here.
Initiating combat.
So long.
I'm glad I gave her the big gun. Okay, that shotgun was interesting. It fired a little slow for my liking, and you know, it just didn't hold up to my little shotty. This shotty has no legendary effects, and it's just outperforming every gun I find. Mr. Letter C, Letter P says, "Are miner get wrecked by space pirate or dumb robot?" I'm guessing space pirate, my friend. Because that's what we're finding all around us. A bunch of ecliptic mercenaries. Alright, there's the computer. Let's see what's on the inventory. Contract orders. Oh. Extended mag Assassin's Advanced AA-99. We'll take it for now. Client Infinity LTD, Lucas Drexler. Location CM Station RC1, target Ryujin rothasite shipment. Instructions: retrieve rothasite shipment being prepared for Ryujin Industries. Redirect shipment to the clinic. Attention Dr. Kendrick Lane, Narian System Freestar Collective, leave no witnesses. Wow. Infinity needs to be destroyed. Okay, now we no longer have to activate this. Communications. Reminder, all communications are confidential. This system is for business use only. Most recent displayed on top. All right, so let's start at the bottom. Outgoing consolidated mining. Rothasite shipment is on schedule. Raw ore processing begins today. Engineers estimate 2 days for the refining and quality testing. Next one. Refining and quality testing went faster than originally estimated, preparing shipment 1 day ahead of schedule. Outgoing emergency. To anyone in the Karanai system, this is Consolidated Mining Station RC1 on Karanai 3A. We're under attack by hostiles and require immediate emergency assistance. Incoming Consolidated Mining. That's great news, RC1. Perhaps we'll get lucky and Ryujin will toss in a bonus for early delivery. Keep us posted. We've heard reports that the shipment is late. So much for that bonus. We'll be sending out a representative your way for updates and evaluations. Incoming Ryujin Industries. Your inability to adhere to the schedule or communicate complications is unacceptable. We'll be sending out a representative to secure the shipment. We expect it to be ready and waiting by the time they arrive. Shipment. The clinic delivered. Refined rothasite 1.5 kilograms delivered. Consolidated mining delivered. Shipment black crystals 2.3 T delivered. Ryujin Industries canceled. Shipment refined rothasite 1.5 kg status canceled. Updates: shipment redirected to the clinic. Attention Dr. Kendrick Lane. Another arc welder with a laser sight. And that completes the loop. Ooh, exterminator modified refined bridger. $25,000 though. I mean, $25K. Looks really cool, but it's worse than what I've got. Okay, out we go. And that's it.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied.
It's good to be back in our own ship.
Well, I picked up a lot of stuff. Alright, so I've got a cornered, boosted, calibrated AA. That's 58 physical damage. What was the other AA that I got? $51 damage. Alright, so this one's better. Extended arc welder, 17 damage. Okay, so the arc welders that I have are going to be better. Oh, that's also 17 damage. Laser sight, extended magazine. Destroy the Big Bang. I like the instigating legendary effect on this one better, so let's store that. That does 240 damage compared to my 181. That only does 181 damage. That's because it's refined and not calibrated. But the legendary effect is not quite as good. This does instigating and poison. This is only useful against aliens. However, I think the damage makes it better. Okay.
Some folk never leave their hometown. Liftoff complete. Let's go.
Fiddler the Helper says, poison is nice, but raw damage usually wins. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
We're in orbit. What next?
Well, either we go to the clinic, or we go and turn in our findings before going to the clinic. Looks like we're going to the clinic.
Switching over to standard engines.
Wow. I just got to get right up close before I can dock.
We're docked.
Okay, discover what Infinity LTD is doing at the clinic and retrieve the rothasite
Greetings, Captain.
shipment.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavs.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only.
Leftovers of the colony. You'll find
All
them
right, we could
scouring
say,
through old
I'm
labs
sorry,
and
I'm just a
facilities,
little lost.
taking whatever's not nailed down.
We could pass a medicine check to say, I'm part of a confidential medical task force. I'm here to investigate an outbreak.
An outbreak? I haven't heard anything about this.
Do you want to die horribly along with everyone else at the clinic?
No, I don't want to die horribly along with... Damn. You're really serious. It's really that bad? What is it? Do we need to sound an alarm or something?
If you don't let me in there, this virus could spread throughout the entire clinic. Or I said it's confidential. We don't want to start a panic, so I need you to keep your mouth shut.
Understood. Here's an access card. Good luck.
All right.
Will we be taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just not today.
You can't be okay with this, though, right? You took an oath, and I'd say this is a firm violation.
Look, we got that shipment. Although who knows what Faye expects me to do with it. But maybe approvals really are on the way. Now please, get back to Kai. Make sure his vitals are stable. I don't want to lose him. We'll figure this out. I promise.
Fine. But if we lose Kai, that's it. I'm going to SSNN. I don't give a shit about my career anymore.
Oh dear.
You and me both.
What happened here?
I never should have taken this job.
You won't talk to me.
Hey,
Oh, there we
who
go.
let you in here? This is a restricted area.
I was just looking for the math rooms, where I need you to tell me what's going on here. We could lie and say Infinity Limited sent me so I could personally update them on your progress, or we could pass a medicine check to say I have experience with coma patients. If you tell me what's happened, maybe I can help. Let's try that.
Fine. I'll tell you. We're on a private contract with Infinity LTD. It's for something they call Project Dominion. Dr. Lane and I were instructed to conduct human trials on several volunteers.
Oh no.
So far, only one patient has survived.
Oh no. You're saying these people volunteered for this?
Not everyone can afford Neuro-amp technology. When it comes to the possibility of getting one for free, we had plenty of candidates to choose from. They understood the risks. We just never thought chance of failure would be so high.
Sounds to me like you murdered a lot of people under some false pretenses.
Whoa, let's not take it too far. When Infinity hired us, they said human trial authorization was already underway and we'd have the approvals in a matter of days. The days went by and nothing. Every time we'd ask, it was always just days away, but we kept working. Between the money and potential success, it was easy to tell ourselves that they'd come through.
Sean, what the hell is going on here? Who is this?
How could you let all these people die and do nothing?
You think we stood by and did nothing? We did everything we could to save them. You've no idea how many hours we've spent in surgery and how closely we've monitored each and every one of them.
Two options. I'm going to expose this place in Infinity LTD for what it is, or Infinity's got you doing their dirty work, and they're getting away with it. Maybe we'll expose it. Or maybe we can work with them to expose it.
It's moments like these when I think I just need to hear someone say it out loud. Sean spoke the truth. We thought the approval would arrive any day, so we continued with the project. By the time we started to catch on, it was already too late. We were too immersed in the lie.
Doctors are supposed to act ethically, approvals or not.
We could say tough. Enjoy prison. Or if you stop now, I can find a way to keep your names out of this, where corporations can't be trusted. Congrats on learning the hard way. They really shouldn't have engaged in human trials without approvals. That's on them. Let's try the bottom one. Corporations can't be trusted.
Infinity is the one that should take the blame. We're victims here as well.
No, he's right, Ken. It's what you and I both deserve after going along with this mess. How long have we talked about walking away or refusing to work? We oversaw the death of 9 people here, and it may as well be 10. Infinity may have lied to us, but they also paid us well enough that we did nothing.
You'd let some stranger like this just ruin our careers?
Yes, and you're going to let them too. Go ahead. Get whatever information you need to take this place and Infinity down. I'll make sure Dr. Lane remains cooperative.
Oh, okay, Sean. You take care of that for us. All right. Don't mind me, Dr. Lane. I'm just going to snoop around your office. Hey, refined rothasite shipment. Got it. Dr. Lane's computer. Personal logs. Another failure. Actually, let's start down here at a new start. Today marks the start of a new adventure in neuroscience. Although Infinity LTD is still waiting for official approval, we're moving forward with testing their latest technology, an internal Neuro-amp. I can't tell you how excited I am to be on a new project and have a chance to regain some admiration among my colleagues. I've invited Sean to come work with me on the project since he is familiar with how I operate. Plus, like myself, I knew he could really use the credits. These procedures should be quick and simple, so it's really a matter of Infinity LTD's tech playing nicely with brain tissue. Dr. Faye Sengzavan is the creator of this new Neuro-amp, and she's assured me smooth sailing. Let's just hope with our combined expertise we find success. This could be the boost my career needs. My first loss. This is a drama in 4 terminal entries. We lost our first subject today, A01 Bronenmeyer. The procedure went really well, but I believe the Neuro-amp overheated, burning the portions of the brain where it had contact. I sent the results to Faye. She believes she has the solution, but my God, I've never lost a patient before. I sent everyone home. Sean wanted to stay, but I told him to go. I know he needed to process what happened too, and I didn't want to hold him back. I tell myself it was the Neuro-amp, that it wasn't my fault, but it feels like an excuse. It must be. And what will happen now? These trials aren't even approved, and I already have a death on my hands. I thought I was signing up for new advancements in neuroscience, but if I'm not careful, this could ruin what I have left of my career. Moral struggles. It's hard to believe I once walked into the clinic with high hopes of what Sean and I would bring about. The concept of the internal Neuro-amp from Faye and promises of fame and fortune provided all the motivation I needed. It blinded me. I never should have agreed to start the trials without proper approvals. I never should have dragged Sean into this. I see now why it was always such a struggle to get my own approvals for human trials. I also see why the contracts are so complex. I never thought I'd lose a patient on my watch, and here I've lost more than I wish to say. Infinity's legal team has assured me that the contracts the subject signed keep us clear from any legal repercussions, but since the trial itself is still unapproved, I have a feeling they've little to stand on. But somehow the hopefulness remains. After the initial losses, I told myself no more, but Faye would insist her changes to the prototype were solid, that it should be the last one. I'd find myself with renewed motivation and confidence, only to find another dead at my hands. We have 3 subjects left. They aren't aware of the fate of their predecessors. Faye has informed me her latest prototype is complete and on its way. I can only hope I make the right decision. Another failure. Kai's results were initially so promising, but now the poor kid is in a coma. I thought surely he would be the light at the end of this grisly tunnel. We've now gone through our entire list of subjects, and I dread the idea that Infinity will just sign up more. What is going on over there? Has Faye completely lost her mind? I understand when corporations rush things when it comes to household products or maybe office software, but not something that will endanger the lives of others. This internal Neuro-amp may as well be a murder weapon, and I'm the one with blood on my hands. Contracts aside, I'm certain this will end in ruin. He predicted what would happen all the way from entry 2, and yet he kept on going. Subject logs. Subject, let's start with A8. Subject A8, name Osima Lionheart, age 22, status deceased. Version implanted 3.0, experimental alloy, titanium grade 120. Notes, initial procedure appeared successful, but signs of edema began approximately an hour after the surgery. Initial attempts to stabilize through the med pod failed, and condition worsened rapidly. We began surgery prep, but A08 experienced complete brain failure before we could operate. A09. Subject A09, name Jacinda Carodine, age 25, status deceased. Version implanted, version 3.3, experimental alloy, titanium grade 125. Notes, procedure was a success and all vitals were normal for the first day. Rejection of the implant started approximately 37 hours after surgery. I believe A09 inadvertently used the Neuro-amp on a staff member who reported severe dizziness. Emergency surgery was performed to remove the Neuro-amp, but experienced brain death shortly after removal. Mr. C, letter P, says these doctors are so screwed and used. Ask a dummy. You're right, Mr. C, P, these guys are indeed screwed. Subject A10. Name Kai Porter, age 23, status coma. Version implanted, version 3.5, experimental alloy, titanium grade 128. Notes, initial procedure was successful. Patient reported no changes for the first 4 days. Brain waves were normal. Cognition tests were 100% across the board. Testing the Neuro-amp on day 5 appeared to bring on severe headaches with eventual brain hemorrhaging. Neuro-amp was removed to prevent death, but patient is currently in a coma. Project Dominion. Introduction. Dr. Kendrick Lane. Welcome to the Infinity LTD fold. We hope you'll find the breakthrough research we need to perfect Project Dominion. You came highly recommended by Faye Sengzavan, our head of research and development, so we're very excited to have you with us. I understand your concerns on these human trials being unauthorized, but I assure you, this is just a minor hiccup. I've been told we're only a few days away from approval, and we'll get those documents to you as soon as possible. Please remember that all subjects have signed waivers accepting the risks. I hope this will ease any hesitation you may have. The end will justify the means. Common phrase there, Lucas Drexler, CEO, Infinity LTD. Wow, this goes all the way to the top. Research targets. Project Dominion requires a compatible alloy that the human brain will not reject when the internal Neuro-amp is surgically implanted. Goal 1. Find the correct alloy ratio. A series of metals have been provided for a wide range of experimentation. We're currently looking into obtaining a rare metal to be delivered at a later date. Goal 2. Ensure the effectiveness of the internal Neuro-amp. Once implantation is successful, ensure the Neuro-amp can be used effectively. No side effects should be detected for either the user or the target. Goal 3. Minimize casualties. Infinity LTD understands that severe injuries and even fatalities may be encountered. Do not let issues hinder research progress. Notify your contact and we'll take care of it. This is painting a very damning picture for everyone who works here.
Yes? What?
I wonder if we can save young Kai, the guy in a coma. I wonder if we can pass a medicine check to help him in some way.
Pardon.
I'd like to think that we would have done the right thing, even if you never showed up. That's what we thought last time.
Well, there he is, and we can't help. We can't do anything to help this poor man. Patient records. Post-surgery day 1. Name Kai Porter, age 23, version implanted, version 3.5, experimental alloy, titanium, grade 128. Day 1. Surgery was a success. Vitals are good. A10 only complained about the food, so we ran some extra tests on taste and smell to be safe. Results came back normal. I can't blame him. The food here is lackluster. Incision seals are holding. Hoping the next few observation days are nice and quiet. Day 3. Vitals are still holding with no sign of rejection. A10 behavior appears completely normal. Day 5. First day of testing. A10 was able to infuse subject B1 to sit in a chair and pick up a slate. B1 reported disorientation and confusion that lasted for the duration of the test and approximately 15 minutes later. Vitals and cognition testing were all normal. A10 reported a severe headache, specifically where the Neuro-amp is implanted. Started A10 on standard pain management regimen. Update, upping pain management to include stronger anti-inflammatory medication. Scans indicated swelling at the Neuro-amp location. Day 6. Detected brain hemorrhaging in early morning scans, and Dr. Lane performed emergency surgery to remove the Neuro-amp. A10 is currently in a coma and has been placed in a med pod for monitoring and basic life support. Day 7. Brain swelling has gone down, but there is significant scarring. A10's overall condition hasn't worsened. If he does wake up, Dr. Lane estimates an 85% chance of permanent damage. Poor kid. Vincent Keith says, playing catch-up on Episode 7, saw you were live. Your reaction to superpowers and planets with temples being so active was the same as mine. I stopped doing the main quest for a while, trying to decide if I wanted to finish it. Yeah, it's one of those things where we could wish for the perfect science fiction story, and everybody's going to have their own definition of what that is. And the people who made this game had their definition, and it was their game, and this is what they made. And we can respect them for that, and we can't fault them for that. Would I have included superpowers in my sci-fi game? Probably not. Or if I did, I would have some sort of scientific explanation for it, not alien space magic, which is essentially what we've got. But then again, I haven't completed the primary quest yet. It's possible that there's going to be a perfectly logical and rational explanation for all of these superpowers that our character apparently has. But if so, we haven't gotten to that part of the game yet. But despite that, even if it does end up being nothing more complicated than alien space magic, that's the narrative decision that they made, and I'm still thoroughly enjoying everything else in the game.
To think I did all of this to help my career.
Oh, look at all the bodies! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, he said 9. He said he killed 9 people. Little miscount on the bodies. Well, maybe one of them is still, getting an autopsy or something. Well, there we go.
Excuse me?
We solved the mystery. Let's head back to Ryujin.
Say the word, and we shall be on our way.
Make it home tonight. Oh, just one quiet day. That too much to ask for?
How can I be of service, Captain?
All green on release. We're free to fly.
No, didn't mean to do that.
Smooth jump. Nice work.
This is Freestar Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband.
Hey.
Scan complete. Go ahead and...
It always makes me nervous. I never remember whether or not I've got it. But I sold it all on Neon. I should feel safe.
Journalistic integrity at its finest.
People joke.
Line
So
of
those
equipment
rooms out.
and accessories.
Well, Ularu, or whatever her name is,
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
has blood on her hands now. Let's do a hard save.
Hey
Here you
there.
go.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako.
My beautiful shipment. A lot of work for such a small amount of rothasite. Or, hopefully, all there and accounted for, or I always get the job done.
So I've heard. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1?
What do you know about Ecliptic?
The mercenary group? Only that you mean business if you hire them. They're not known for subtlety, and don't care if they leave a trail of bodies in their wake. I take it they were at the station?
Infinity hired Ecliptic mercenaries to obtain the shipment.
Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the rothasite. Were there any survivors?
Wow, lots of options to say none. You ask, but do you really care?
Corporate culture may have its ugly side, but that doesn't mean we've lost our humanity. Our moves are strategic and precise, as you should know. The moment we justify the slaughter of innocents is when we go from competitive to criminal.
Okay, it's good to hear the CEO, whom we've decided to leave in power of this company, at least has that standard. Some of the people under her I don't think would. Why were there no guards there? Were these people unprotected?
Our station on Carone 3A and Consolidated Mining's contract were both confidential. We had no reason to believe they'd be under any threat. Of course, we had no reason to believe we had a mole, either.
We could say, I'm not sure, I didn't stick around long enough to find out. No one lived. The Ecliptic killed them all or none. But I made sure Ecliptic paid in blood.
Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic. Especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there?
If you know all of this, why am I even here?
Our technicians are thorough, but they aren't that thorough. Your ship docking there simply caught their attention is all. But on the off chance it was related to your assignment, they're currently combing through the clinic records as we speak.
2 options. I found records that Ecliptic had rerouted the shipment to the clinic for a Dr. Kendrick Lane. Or yes, Infinity Limited has a private contract at the clinic for a secure wing. I mean, they're both saying the same thing. Let's try that.
Dr. Lane? I believe Vina is familiar with his work, specializing in neurosurgery. Were you able to determine what he was doing at the clinic?
How legit is the clinic? Why would they have a contract with Infinity?
The clinic serves all, but it can't be denied that they require credits to run. In most cases, the clinic is also the best choice for research. Not everyone has the resources to have decent medical facilities like us on site.
If I tell you, do you promise to make Infinity and Lucas Drexler pay?
They're going to pay, all right. But if you have something to add to their list of criminal activity, I'll be happy to use whatever fuel you can provide.
Infinity was killing people, trying to get their internal Neuro-amp to work. Or Infinity LTD was performing illegal human trials to perfect their internal Neuro-amp. True, but the end result was that they were killing people.
Human trials? Without even completing his product? Ugh, Lucas must be insane.
Infinity appears to be on an entirely different level of corruption. It cannot be allowed to continue.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the rothasite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move.
How long is it going to take for Vina to complete the internal Neuro-amp?
Not long, according to her. She and DeMarcus have everything prepped and ready. I believe it's just a matter of creating the alloy and molding it according to her design.
It's about time. I'm ready to get this over with. Or Infinity's research is dead in the water without that rothasite. Or it's time to take Infinity and Lucas down once and for all.
It certainly is. And it's also time to inform the rest of the board on the current situation. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
Okay. Will Dalton tell the truth about the identity of the mole, or will
If
he
you
blame...
attempt to engage me in combat, I will be forced to detain you.
All right. Mission updated, sabotage. Mr. Letter C, Letter P says, that sound like sacrifice must be made. How cruel. Cruel indeed, Mr. C, Letter P. We won't let them get away with it. Okay, executive level. And Ularu's just been chilling there. I hope she hasn't gotten to Drexler. Why are we in here now?
Good. You're right on time. I reevaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
So this clears Imogene of wrongdoing. Good.
Does this mean we can bring Imogene back in?
In due time. I'll be reaching out, but right now we need her to remain in hiding.
Ularu is a traitor. She's gonna pay for this.
Indeed. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogene was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
I can understand the need for deception, but it does come at quite a cost.
What is Imogene going to do in the meantime? Stay in hiding?
Imogene is a resourceful woman. I have no doubt she's in a safe house of her own design. In fact, she probably sees this as a paid vacation. My guess is she's lounging on a couch somewhere, binging all those movies she hasn't had time to watch.
He's making up a fantasy about what she's doing. But Imogene is innocent. This doesn't seem fair. Masako's the CEO. She should just fire Ularu. Understood. I'd want solid proof that no one could question, or pretend Imogene was the mole so Ularu won't get suspicious. Got it. Let's see what we say if we can have the CEO fire Ularu.
I agree. But others may see the decision as irrational without adequate proof. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity LTD. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program. So this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity. So before you go, I want you to bring that program to me.
What if there's nothing incriminating on the program Ularu gives me?
Then we'll have to find another way to build a case against Ularu. And it won't be easy.
Why is the evidence that we have already collected not enough evidence? It's enough evidence to convince him and to convince the CEO. But why is it not enough evidence to convince the board or whomever else they still have to convince? Ularu has fooled you before. What makes you think you can find something on this program?
If I can't find hidden code on a single slate, I certainly deserve to be fired. Ularu is limited in what she can hide here. Plus, she'll have no reason to believe anyone will be looking in the first place.
I'll make sure you get the program. We'll let Ularu take herself down. Or whatever program Ularu gives me is yours. There's no way she frames Masako too. Yeah, let's try number 2.
I can't imagine a more satisfying ending. Now, let's attend a meeting.
Right. Take a seat in the conference room. You coming? Let's go. We are executive bigwigs now. Well, I guess I'm not an executive. I'm an agent. I'm an agent bigwig.
We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity LTD.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Oh, and I get to go along with this. We could say I was able to find and confront Imogene about the situation. Imogene had you all fooled. The security here is laughable. Imogene was trying to use her expertise to set up Ularu as the mole. Or yes, Imogene confessed to working for Infinity LTD. Or we can say an absolute truth and still maintain the cover. I was able to find and confront Imogene about the situation.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget, the mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives.
We could pass a neon street rat check to say, quit trying to blame each other. Betrayal is a classic symptom of corporate culture. Or we can't blame Dalton for this, or maybe someone should be keeping better tabs on their employees. Let's try passing the neon street rat check.
I'd even go beyond symptom and call it a trait. Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal Neuro-amp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity LTD, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
When the public gets wind of what they are doing, they'll want Lucas Drexler's head. Let's not forget Infinity hired mercenaries that killed all personnel on CM Station RC-1, or they were performing illegal human trials at the clinic. I'm not sure the ramifications of these choices. Let's try this.
Botched human trials and murder for hire? You don't bounce back from that. At least not with Infinity's legal team.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Misako, the internal Neuro-amp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this.
I don't like the thought of it. I'm always ready to do whatever it takes, or when it comes to pioneering technological advancements, you bet I'm ready, or hardly, but it's not like I have much of a choice.
You always have a choice. You just have to decide which set of consequences you prefer to live with. Vina will be waiting for you in the Neuro-amp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
Oh, man. Time for surgery. And we just got back from a clinic where 9 other people who had this surgery were all killed because it overheated in their brains. That's just the thought.
I got my eye on you.
Oh, I really don't want to do this.
Don't cause any trouble.
As long as it's not graphic, like the whole needle in the eye thing from Dead Space 2, that'll be great. Just no needles in the eye. I don't want to see my brain as it's being chopped into. Oh, here we go.
Ryujin has certainly taken time to craft an appearance for itself.
All right.
Neuro-amps are fascinating.
Are they not? Anesthesia always makes me nervous.
I'm still surprised they have not been completely outlawed.
Already checked it 4 times.
Okay, we'll do a hard save here.
You appear dehydrated. I suggest immediate ingestion of a moderate quantity of water.
It's good to see you again.
Well, Doc. Let me loot first. Yeah, I'm gonna loot. Any interesting loot? All right,
It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
I am not permitted to perform medical practices without human oversight.
Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey.
Are you actually qualified to perform an operation like this?
Neurosurgery is my specialty. I've performed more operations than I can count on a wide variety of brains. So I like to think that I'm wildly overqualified. Really, I could do this in my sleep.
Well, that does make me feel a little more comfortable. What exactly does this internal Neuro-amp do?
The internal Neuro-amp is basically the next leap in our line of influential amplifiers. It gives the user dominion over a less dominant target, meaning you can heavily influence another person's thoughts and actions.
Hey, okay. Is the ability to influence someone like that even legal?
Technically, that remains to be seen. It's not legal, but those decisions will be left up to a higher power who is neither you nor me.
Yeah, but what if it gets made illegal in the future, and now I've got this illegal technology stuck in my head, huh? Because I can see why the project is confidential. An ability like that will fit in nicely with my arsenal. Or, whoa, that sounds almost like mind control to me. Yeah, let's go with, I can see why it's confidential.
Oh yeah, it gives Ryujin Industries a huge advantage over the competition. So, are you ready to get started?
Yeah! Just don't fry my brain.
Oh, don't worry. That's not on the agenda. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal Neuro-amp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
This is like Big Mountain all over again. Actually, Big Mountain was a lot worse because they actually took your brain out of your head and you had a conversation with it later. What sort of risks are involved here?
There's little to no risk, assuming your brain is typical and you don't have any adverse reaction to the anesthesia. First sign of trouble, we back out and start evaluating other candidates.
Let's just get this over with. I've got a corporation to take down. Or right, because joking around before surgery is always reassuring. Or I'm sure everything is gonna be okay.
You're gonna be fine. All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
If this has not all been a horrible miscalculation, then we will speak again soon.
Well, I'm glad you're worried about me, Andresia. I'm worried about me too.
I can see how neurosurgery might be a little intimidating, but Vina and I have been doing this for a long time.
Okay, you guys are butchers. Here we go.
All right, let's get this party started.
It's not a party, lady. This isn't a party I want to be invited to. Okay, no drills, no buzz saws, no gushing blood. So far, so good. Oh, my vision's blurry.
Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing.
Obviously, she says. Okay.
Hey there.
Let's check on my status. Health. Alright. Incoming weather. I feel like I've had this status effect for a long time. Character. Traits. Okay.
So, how are you feeling? You look good?
Does this mean the procedure was a success?
Huge success. No surprises, no signs of rejection. You were the ideal subject. Now, we just keep our fingers crossed and hope no unknown side effects come creeping in later.
Oh, great. I'm disappointed. I was hoping for some cool bionic modifications.
Yep, that's me every morning. But the whole point of this is no visual indication and no adverse side effects. So, sounds like we're on track. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal Neuro-amp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation.
If the effect is temporary, how long will it last?
Let's just say it varies based on the user. Some people have greater mental capabilities than others, which would increase the duration.
All right, understood.
Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says.
Is he one of your top employees? You'd really risk his life?
Our preliminary testing was rigorous enough that there's little to no risk involved here. The biggest unknown was finding the perfect compatible alloy for the implant. We've had the tech itself working externally for quite some time.
Well, that's awfully brave of him considering what happened at the clinic.
Please, we're not Infinity. We believe in due diligence when it comes to tech like this. But, just in case something does go wrong, we've got him locked up in the test chamber. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
Alright, chat keeps on saying to check my perks to see if there's anything new. Manipulation. Okay, current rank 104. You can force a target NPC at or below your level to obey commands for a limited time. Successfully manipulate 5 different people.
Warning. This unit does not possess advanced surgical capabilities.
Press F to open your scanner and target the person you want to manipulate. Press E to bring up your social skills and select manipulation. Once a person has been manipulated, select the object or person you want them to interact with. Diplomacy, instigation, intimidation, and manipulation are all social skills that you activate while your scanner is up. Hover your cursor over the target and press E to bring up your social skills. Select which skill you want to use with the mouse scroll wheel. If you fail a social skill, your target will be immune to all future social skill attempts. Okay,
So what do you research and develop here anyway? I've always wondered.
Name of Imogene product and someone up here's probably what. The crown jewels, the Neuro-amp division.
there we go. Okay.
As an observer, the effect is quite unnerving. It is hard not to immediately worry about the implications.
Yeah. Well, I got it to work. I'm not sure why it wouldn't work at first. I guess because maybe manipulation timed out?
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
All right.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
If I suffer any side effects, do I get any compensation?
Well, I leave that up for Alexis and Lyndon to decide. Compensation's not really my thing.
Well, that was way too easy. This kind of tech should be banned.
Well, luckily, that isn't up for you to decide.
Yeah.
I hope you know, you're talking about banning my life's biggest accomplishment.
I'd even go as far as to call it the settled system's biggest accomplishment.
Oh, brown
That's something Ryujin isn't going to let go of easily. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
What if I had used it to make you kill another person?
Those are the kind of edge cases that I let the board work out.
Okay.
Obviously, tech like this is going to come with its fair share of red tape.
You didn't feel violated at all?
Not at all. But I can imagine if I experienced disorientation like that, but regained my awareness in another room, it could be a bit jarring. We'll definitely be running some more tests in the future, though. So many situations to account for.
I'd never be comfortable as someone's puppet.
Maybe that's the beauty of it. You'd never know. Besides, the Neuro-amp isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
Oh, she's got
Didn't Vina say Masako wants to see you?
no shortage of hubris. She's
Keep out of my
very
way, and I'll
proud
keep out of
herself.
yours.
Good, you're here. I wasn't sure how accurate Vina's promise of no downtime was going to be.
Let's just hope her promise of no brain damage holds true as well.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal Neuro-amp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity LTD. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries.
All I need are the details. Whatever puts him behind bars, I'm ready. I'll make him pay with his life, or we'll make him wish he never heard of Project Dominion. Let's do whatever puts him behind bars.
It's good to know we're of the same mind on this one. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity LTD. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you.
Oh, dear. Would I really be attending this meeting?
Of course not. The meeting is just a legitimate way in. Once inside, you'll be led to a waiting room where your host will be running late. That's your opportunity to make your way to either the executive floor or R&D.
What are the benefits of option A versus option B?
Option A, you need to remain under the radar the entire time. Option B, you have a slight cover that may give you the opportunity to talk your way to your objectives.
I think option B.
Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse. So I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
I'm ready. How far can I get with that identity you're arranging for me?
You'll only have free range on the marketing floor. Infinity may be cheap, but they know at least some level of security is needed in this business.
So I only get access to a floor that I don't need to go to. No problem. I can handle it.
That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity LTD, all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal Neuro-amp.
What about the people that know about it, like Lucas himself?
Anyone who comes forward to defend Lucas would be prosecuted as either aiding or being an accessory to these crimes. They all know career suicide when they see it. As for Lucas himself, if he wants to speak up and add corporate theft to his laundry list of crimes, fine. But who's going to believe him?
It is best to keep the public unaware of such a device.
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just create a panic among people. Controlling the narrative is of the utmost importance.
Understood.
No, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Lower the risk. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail.
Oh, this is a lot to process. Where is the computer I need to use this passcode on?
If the information Simon provided is accurate, you can reach the control systems through a computer located in the maintenance area. It's a pretty convenient stop if you enter in through the roof access.
Ah. Well, then maybe I should do that. Who is left to deal with once the civilians are all gone?
I'm told security has masks to handle the situation, so the guards will still be stationed in the building. It's also possible they'll activate their building's defense system as well. You may run into a few automated turrets, so you'll still want to try and stay out of sight.
Nice to know Simon's still out there and on our side. Good. The less people in the building, the better. All right, I'll take it into consideration.
I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your abilities. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit.
Hey!
It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible.
So, does this officially make me a senior ranked operative?
Please, you're an exception. But we can talk promotion after you pull off this assignment.
I can pass a stealth check to say suit or no suit, they'll never know I was there.
That's what we're hoping for. If you can pull this off, even I'll be impressed.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips, They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story.
What if David Barron doesn't believe the story?
It doesn't matter what he believes. David's first move will be to verify the information you provide. Once he receives confirmation, which he will, he'll see it as his duty to report the news.
I'm giving the Overseer program to David Barron?
Ularu assured me it's safe.
The Overseer program will purge itself once its primary function is complete. The only thing left on that slate will be proof of Infinity's crimes.
All right. It'll be the corporate story of the decade.
It certainly will, and we'll have front row seats. So, any final questions before you go?
Lots. What kind of security am I looking at encountering on Infinity LTD? They're really giving us many opportunities to make sure we understand absolutely everything.
Depending on whether or not you evacuate the building, you'll mostly be looking at security guards, much like we have here. You may encounter an automated defense system in the form of turrets as well, so be careful.
Super Taram says, tip, this mission is complicated. Save frequently. Thank you, Super Taram. Could you go over my targets one more time?
Pay attention. We're giving you a slate with a program that has to be run on Lucas Drexler and Faye Sengsavan's computers.
Sengsavan, okay.
You also need to steal their current prototype of the internal Neuro-amp kept on their R&D floor. Once you're done, you're bringing the slate to David Barron at SSNN, and you're returning here to me with the prototype.
How is the internal Neuro-amp going to come in handy here?
You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get them to move. If someone has a keycard, that means you have a keycard. The possibilities here are really up to you.
How freely will I be able to move about in Infinity LTD if I use a false identity?
You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass.
I'm ready to go.
Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up. Skylar Lumen?
Skylar Lumen is my new name. Let's check out our new identity. ID card, Skylar Lumen. Maintenance passcode, operative helmet. Oh, wow. Mass 5. Okay, no stats, just looks cool. Operative suit. Ooh, become 25% harder to detect. Yay, I got my first stealth suit. And it looks great. Wow, I love it. Oh, that looks amazing. Overseer programs, secure wing access. Okay, and that's all stuff I picked up there. Okay, so if we go through the roof, we'll be able to find the maintenance computer from roof access to send the signal, right? To, not send the signal, to release the gauges to evacuate the building. But if we do that, then we've got to go through Executive Marketing General to get to Research and Development to find Target C, the internal Neuro-amp prototype, and Target B, the other computer. So the first computer is Target A, Lucas Drexler's office. All right. Well,
this will be a day Lucas Drexler will never forget.
Oh, no. No, he won't.
My career will be over if this deal falls through.
President 99 says, follow the advice and leave Andrea in the ship and thank me later. No, that's a good idea. I will. Dalton.
Do you have the program?
Here it is. Do what you need to do.
With pleasure. So, let's take a look. Aha! The decryptions hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed.
Ooh, what did she do?
According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity LTD network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials.
So it is clear what she intended. Now all that is left is to decide what to do with this information.
I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right. Now, we finally have the evidence we need to prove Ularu's guilt.
Then it is time we use it.
Ularu was going to use me to plant fake evidence against Masako for her?
There's no doubt. Should you have even noticed the upload, the program itself is designed to ignore any stop commands. It would have been too late.
Well, let's just hope the board believes it.
This evidence is indisputable. To deny it would be to admit involvement. And then we'd have a much larger problem on our hands. Just remain focused on your assignment. Without that falsified evidence, Ularu is in for a big surprise. I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast, anticipating Masako to be accused alongside Lucas Drexler. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's get this assignment finished the right way.
All right. Travel to New Atlantis. Gotta say...
Don't cause any trouble.
They
know how to make a client feel welcome up here.
This quest line started off really slow, but it's got progressively more interesting as we've gotten further into it, to the point where now I'm really invested. I'm intrigued by the characters. I want to take down this Infinity company. I'm really enjoying it. And I look amazing in my new stealth suit. Yeah.
All your hectic needs.
Asmo says, this is interesting because I already killed Ularu by this point. That is interesting. I wonder how the quest plays out if Ularu is dead. Because she seems pretty integral to this entire plot. Asmo says, did you see the bald spot on the back of your head from the operation? What? You're kidding me. There's actually a bald spot where I had the operation? Oh, come on. Just messing with me. For a moment there, I thought that, yeah, they would have thought to put that in, but nah, you got me.
Everything seems to be where we left it.
All right, let's see what's out there.
Oh, Asmo
Dad,
says...
Can I have a pet?
Asmo says, my dude has a
Achieving
bit of hair
orbit.
missing. I'll get a screenshot and post it on Twitter. No joke. Really?
No.
Well, my dude
pet.
didn't.
Wait.
Maybe it depends on the hairstyle you chose for your character. I don't know. It wouldn't really make sense to show up to the meeting in a stealth suit and helmet, would it? They'd probably see through that pretty quickly, huh? Okay, here we are.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep... Okay, no bounty.
Super Taram says, do you think Vina has a collection like Tobar the Ferryman in Fallout 3? Tobar the Ferryman? I don't remember anyone named Tobar the Ferryman in Fallout 3. Is that in the underworld? Huh, I don't remember Tobar the Ferryman. As for a collection, I wouldn't put it past her. I certainly wouldn't put it past her. She loves her work, and she loves what she does. Okay, here we are. Infinity, in the heart of Atlantis. There's the person we check in with in the front desk if we want to go with the false identity. But it looks like this is going to be... Tony J says, Tobar the Ferryman took you to Point Lookout. He kept parts of brains. Tobar the Ferryman. Oh, Point Lookout. I remember, but didn't that... Wait, wasn't that quest have something to do with the missing daughter? We had to go to Point Lookout to find a missing daughter for the ferryman. Captain of the Duchess Gambit. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to ring a bell. It's been so long. Thank you. Vault Meat became a bronze ox. Thank you, Vault Meat. Oh, I think we stumbled upon this a long time ago in either the first or second episode, and we got onto the roof, and at the time I was like, wow, this roof is really elaborate. Why did they build out this roof? I bet you we'll have a roof mission sometime in the future. Well, here we are. It's the future. Yep, we were here, and now we understand why. This is the roof mission, and I hate to do it. I hate to do it, but I don't have any more time. It's been 4 hours.
Can't take much more.
Andrea, what? What? Andrea, what's... Calm down. Are you okay? Oh, I should have left her behind. Where are you going? Chill out. Here.
It is pleasing to speak with you.
Well, you don't look very pleased. Just wait here, okay?
I'll be here when you need me.
Thank you. All right, we're going to leave Andrea behind. All right, ladies and gents, I hate to say it, but I got to go. I'm completely out of time. But the good news is that we have this really awesome, really cool, intricate, in-depth quest waiting for us tomorrow when I go live. I'm going to be going live between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific time tomorrow with the next episode in my full live stream of Starfield. I'm going to use the remainder of my day to work on my lore video, which itself is a very complicated lore video to do, and I hope to make great progress today. Thank you all for your patience on me getting the lore videos out, and thanks for coming to my broadcast. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you again very soon with more lore videos and more live streams. Bye-bye now.